Hi, this is James Myers, and I am in the Recording Arts Bachelor's program, and this is my podcast assignment for art history. And for this assignment, I interviewed Zachary Verbin, who is a Full Sail graduate, whom I actually met in my first couple of months here at Full Sail, and he's been graduated for some time now, and is currently working in the Philadelphia area primarily as an independent recording and mix engineer. For the sake of simplicity, I just emailed him the questions and he emailed me his responses. So I will be reading the questions and then reading his responses. Okay, question 1. What do you see as the role of the visual arts in our mass-mediated world, and particularly in your profession? And Zach's answer was, I think the visual arts have almost been morphed into something else these days. They have become advertising tools, especially in the music business. When you see an album cover or tour poster, you generally don't think about the person responsible for it. It's just used to draw your attention to the musical act it is representing. Okay, question 2. With new communications and media technologies, imagery is almost instantly available. Do you believe that this is having a positive or negative influence on the industry? And please provide an example. Zach said, I'm not sure that this is really impacting my industry. I imagine it would make things a little easier for graphic artists, though. If they ever hit a creative roadblock, they have an entire world's worth of visual inspiration at their fingertips. If you substitute music for imagery in the question, I would say it's really a two-sided coin. On one hand, independent artists can distribute their work all over the world with ease, but on the other hand, it's virtually impossible to track the distribution, which means no one gets compensated for it. Question 3. What popular images do you see that are frequently rechanneled throughout the entertainment industry? And Zach said, as far as American entertainment goes, the industry really likes to flaunt that classic Playboy image. They've almost created a new American dream. I think every American man has probably fantasized about being rich and famous or spending every day on a private island sipping mojitos with supermodels. And that's really been the industry's aesthetic since the birth of Hollywood. Question 4. Are there particular images that this industry has popularized and or created? And Zach's response was, well, I've noticed the music industry has really been driving the whole bad girl image lately. If you look at female pop artists in the 90s, they always tried to project a sort of innocent, girly persona that always appealed to the younger audiences. But in the past decade, all of those girly singers and the new ones have started flaunting the exact opposite. They wear risque outfits, sing songs about partying and getting into fights, and use controversy to drive their careers. I think it's a smart move on the industry's part, but it also gets a little ridiculous at times, I think. Question 5. Who is one of your favorite visual artists, and what is your favorite style of visual art? And Zach's answer was, I'd have to say Salvador Dali. I saw his crucifixion on display at the Metro Museum in New York City and thought it was awesome. Then there's the persistence of memory. I've always liked surrealist art. It doesn't always exactly make sense when you see it, but the meaning usually kicks you in the head later that day. I like stuff like that. Question 6. How has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process? And Zach said, I don't know that it has, to be honest. Most of my time is spent trying to please someone else's ears, so my eyes don't really play a big role. There are times when a song will make me think of a specific image or scene, and in those cases, I will usually try to psychologically match what I'm hearing to that mental image. It's not exactly famous artwork, but that's about as close as it gets for me.